We're making kimchi. Kimchi. Korean favorite fermented vegetables. Kimchi. Kimchi. I needed to do it soon because my leaves are looking sad. The base for kimchi is Napa cabbage. Napa cabbage is a really wet cabbage. So when you ferment it, you get a lot of juice out of it. Can you guys turn the sound off of that game? Just turn it off. Hi. Hello, everybody. This is a daikon radish. Hey. Holly's here. AB's here. We went out to the garden and we picked some of our green onions. So we're going to put some of those in there. Do you guys have your stuff? Are you fermenting along with me? I want to know. I'm doing a mild kimchi, so I'm going to skip the spicy Korean pepper stuff. I'm also going to skip the fish sauce because my husband hates fish sauce. And yeah, other than that, I'm doing the rest of it. Tell me what you're doing. Okay, so I'm going to, how do I want to do this? I kind of want to do my paste first. So the original recipe said to chop it up, rub it in salt, and let it sit for 2 hours pressed under a plate to release the liquids. And then it said to wash off all of the salt and then pack it into the jar. And I was like, I don't think that's right. Yeah, he's pretty picky. He doesn't like most kimchi. So you're doing yours with chilies? Yeah. I would prefer it with chilies, but I didn't go out of my way to get them because I would like everyone to eat them. Yeah, wash the salt off. And I was like, that's stupid. We're just going to put them all in a bowl, put the spices and stuff into the bowl, and we're going to put the right amount of salt and massage it just like we do sauerkraut. And we're just going to shove it into a jar. So I was like, I'm not pressing it under a plate for 2 hours. Get out of her. It's too much effort. Drink some water. And we'll get going here in just a second. Ugh. Yeah. No more. It just makes so much sense. So, how do I want to do this? I am a rebel. I'm like, what rules? Nah. I have a method. I like my method. Some of these have mold spots on them. The inner ones look okay. So yeah, those look fine. So you want quite a bit of garlic. It's not super strict. This recipe said 1 tablespoon of grated garlic. The recipe said 8 ounces of the radish. I'm thinking, I don't know, half maybe? Do like half of it. You know, I did think about doing turmeric. I'm doing ginger. I'm doing green onion. You could definitely add turmeric to it if you wanted to. Make it. I was thinking about doing Maybe I'm going to do another one. I wanted to do a fire kraut that has all the same stuff as fire cider. Does change the flavor and the color. Yeah, I bet it do. This is a big head of Napa. I already ate some of it. It's a very forgiving cabbage. Yeah, I'm just going to do without the chili, with the cabbage and the radish and the ginger and the garlic. Looks good. I usually just like clean it off with a knife. Carve it off. It's easier than trying to use a peeler. I'll just like cut sections off if I need to. I don't mind using the outside skins for tea and stuff. So you could absolutely save those and use them, or you could dry them out and turn them into ginger powder. You guys could almost see what I'm doing. If I sat down, you could see what I was doing. Oh. I will sit and cut things. It's very short. It feels kind of strange to sit and cut things when you're so used to standing and cutting things. And this recipe wants us to grate the ginger and to grate the garlic. Which I'm like, great, huh? Oh, great. You scrape the skin off with a spoon. Yeah. Doing my normal kraut, lazy man's kimchi is what I call it. It's more like kraut-like. Yeah, totally. This is like sauerkraut plus. It's not quite kimchi. You're totally right. Yeah, I get sick of scraping. I prefer chopping. All right, so this calls for 1 teaspoon of grated ginger. I'm sure this would be a teaspoon. I have this microplaner. Oh, it's going to be so good. Where's my tea? Did I not pour? I think I didn't pour myself tea yet. I'm going to have to go pour it. I made myself some chai. I wanted to drink it while we're making our kimchi. Ooh, this ginger is going to be yummy, though. Be here for 10,000 years shredding this. Oh, shred my hand. Don't shred your mitts. Grating is not my favorite. I might go get my little garlic rocker because I don't really want to grate all that garlic. The rocker will be much faster and easier. Okay. Once it gets small like this, I'm like, it feels dangerous. Get close to my hands. Honestly, is a big chunk of ginger in my ferment gonna bother me? That's not a huge chunk. I could cut it a little smaller still. I think it'd be fine. It would still be very flavorful. Oh, some little friends on the back. We're just gonna scrape that into our bowl. Okay, we definitely got a teaspoon of grated ginger. And this says a tablespoon of grated garlic. I'm gonna go grab my other tool here for the garlic. Shove that chunk in is what I do. Where do you shove it into? Your booty. There's another piece of ginger here. This peel I can save. I'll use it for something else. I probably have. There's plenty in there. Okay, let me go grab my garlic crusher. Be right back. Oh, heavy cream's over there. Garlic crusher, where are you? Where are you? Gonna fill my tea up. Bring it to the table. Oh, it's very stuck in there. I've been adding gelatin to my tea to make it a little more nourishing. And if you forget about it and it cools off, it turns into jello, which is kind of cool. So I'm just having some chai tea. And I'm going to bring my cup over here. Oh, I forgot the garlic crusher. Ah! Oh, goodness. I saw something. The jar. Oh, the shove the chunk into the jar. Gotcha. Yeah, that. This little thing, nifty little crusher guy. I'm going to put some heavy cream into my chai tea. Chai and cream. Gonna drink all this chai and cream. All right, so what we're doing next is crushing up some garlic. If you want the recipe for this, it's linked in my stories right now. You can grab it so you have it at home. And you can change it up to whatever you want. Hey, Dawn. Does not have to be exactly what I'm doing. And if you like spice and everyone in your house likes spice, by all means, get the spicy gochujang pepper and make your kimchi hot. My household, nobody really eats hot stuff but me. And I want everybody to eat it. You love hot sauce? Well, maybe Donovan. Donovan might like it. We might have to do a spicy batch. Next time I go to the H Mart, I'll get the kind of peppers used for it. But for now, we're going to just do a mild kimchi with the green onions and the garlic and the ginger and the Napa and the radish. Yeah, make it later. Are you going to make the spicy version? Are you going to make the mild version? Oh, pound it. The green onion makes it so good. We picked a bunch from the garden, and I think I'm going to get a little wild, and I'm going to mix in some other greens as well. So we have some sorrel we harvested and some arugula that we harvested, and I thought we might mix those in there. Spicy. I like it hot. Very nice. Hey, 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 beach girl. What up? We're just peeling some garlic in a slow motion fashion. Wild thing. You make my heart sing. What's up, Alyssa? You make everything groovy.
8 and 5.
Chai tea.
10 and 3.
So delicious. Do I grow garlic? I have not successfully grown garlic myself. Nope. I don't have a very good setup garden bed wise to grow garlic. Everything I have is in like grow bags, and they don't do well in Colorado in grow bags. It's too exposed. They like to be in like in a raised bed with like further in or in ground. They do not like the grow bags. I think it gets too cold or something. Like they die. They don't come back. I have some garlic that's like a whole clove of garlic that came back and grew. So each bulb has its own flower, but it's not making its own bulb. Wouldn't it be crazy if garlic grew, like if you left it in the ground, if it just kept growing more and more bulbs under the ground? That would be cool. I don't think it does that. Does it do that? Do you guys grow garlic? Does anyone in here grow garlic? Tell us what you know. Tell us in the chat.
Yeah, we didn't get it. We can mash.
Yeah, I'm drinking chai tea. Dun, 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 dun. Sounds like wild thing. It just splashed. No garlic, yeah. I don't have like enough space to grow garlic. You need a fair bit of in-ground space. Just crush the garlic. What up, neighbor? I did when I lived in Michigan back in the day. It was super strong. Heck yeah. That's so cool. That's super cool. Wish I had a garden for produce. Yeah, and herbs. Bummer. I have raised flower bed planted with garlic, but like you, I live in a colder climate. Yeah, in Idaho. Yeah, it might do okay, it might not. I think you need hard neck in colder climates, but that is a question for the YouTubes.
7 plus.
Crushing all the garlic. Crushing all the garlic.
5 plus 8. Yeah, let's just do it. This is overwhelming.
Yeah, it's like a tablespoon. Yeah, I think if you mulch it substantially, it's supposed to be happier. Probably if you like congregated a bunch of grow bags together so they were like insulated, they might be happier. Like there's probably ways to do it. I didn't try very hard. I just kind of winged it. All right, I have more garlic here. It was just getting a little too full. It starts to struggle with the chopping if you let it get too full. I'm excited about this garlic. I think this is going to be delicious. I just want to get all of the side veggies ready before I chop the cabbage and start weighing things. I'm going to put the cabbage onto the scale first, and then I'll add the other veg. Have a good time. Okay. Here is our ginger and garlic. There's a tent in my living room currently. That's very fun. I just scrape the stuff in the back off. It's fine. The dog wants to go out with the children. The dogs also are children. They are the children's siblings. Okay, hold on. You want to go outside? The dogs are coming out. Dogs will follow whoever goes outside. They'll go outside with them. That's their favorite. Okay, next ingredient we need to prepare is these onions. And I prefer to just cut them with scissors. So I'm just going to get in here with some kitchen scissors. These are green onions that grow as perennials in my garden. So I just went out there and harvested some of those earlier today. They're bountiful. I have many, so I'm happy to have a good way to use them. I should probably do more of this if I'm being completely honest. This is really good way to utilize my green onions. Then I should probably put them in all of my ferments. Most likely, I should just harvest them and use them. All of my chives are starting to bloom, which is exciting. They're one of the first flowers to grow in the garden. Doesn't look like hardly any of my chamomile came back, which is kind of disappointing because I had a fair bit of chamomile last year. It does not look like it's come back. We'll see on everything else. It's still a little cold for a lot of stuff. All right. That is super slimy. Onions are so slimy. And how many veggies in it to hit your numbers for the 30 in a week. So we have ginger, we have garlic, we have green onion. If you were growing radishes in your garden, you could put radishes in there too, just like your little garden radishes. Or you could go get the monster daikon radish like I did. It's very flexible. Like this is something that you don't really have to have the exact things. This is very good for gut diversity. And so I'm also going to grab one more thing. Hey, Carrie. No, my dogs are barking outside, I think. Maybe not. I don't see him. Okay. So I have this. This is all greens that we harvested from our garden today. So we have perennial onions and chives. We have henbit, which is notoriously considered a weed. It's also edible. We have sorrel, which tastes a lot like lemon. There's a whole bunch of arugula in here. And so I'm going to add this into the mix too. So this is like, just went from kimchi to early garden kimchi. So that's what I'm doing over here. It's getting crazy. Okay, next thing, I'm going to cut up daikon radish. I don't know that I've ever just like eaten daikon radish before. I like other radishes. It's definitely radishy. It's like a little, it's starting to hit in the back of the nose. You know how stuff like that'll hit you in the back of your nose? It's hard to explain. Like a Chinese mustard will get you like in the back, top back of your nose. You can just feel it creeping. You see me creeping. Airtight. Radish. Okay. Dope. It said to cut them into matchsticks. The creeper, yeah. I'm just going to add this to my fermenting bucket. I wasn't planning on doing carrots. Mild radishes for you. This one's not super spicy. The watermelon radishes are really good too. I like the breakfast radishes and that stuff. I'm not like a huge horseradish fan, but I will put horseradish in my fire cider if I have it available because it is potent. These are going to be great for the sinuses. It's going to make this a very extra potent, really, really good to drink if you have a sickness brine. Really, really good. What part of the radish is the spiciest? Is it like a pepper? Is it like the tip is the spiciest? With the ends. It reminds me a little bit of jicama. I don't really know how much I want to put in there. I have all of those other greens. The more greens and other fodder you have to put into your ferment, the more potential jars you could have. So like if I take this big old cabbage and then I also add a whole radish and a bunch of other greens and all of that, this is why I do weight, because you could be like, I have all this stuff, I'm not going to use like half of it. You can always find the right percent. It's just the smartest way to do it, to make sure that you're going to get an accurate a weight of what you got going on. These radishes are pretty good. I want to eat more radish. That part's a little squishy. We'll give that to the chickens. Yeah, some of this radish is a little bit soft. I waited a bit. I bought this stuff 2 weeks ago, and I have been putting it off for a while. So here we are. Thank you for body doubling me. I appreciate you guys for forcing me to do the kimchi. There we go. I want everything through a grater when I do it. Oh, yeah. I don't mind the grater when it's the electric grater, like the food processor. All day. I food process it. Yes, please. But the hand grater, I'm like, I'm tired. Yeah, I could see grating the carrots. Faux show. And I think carrots would be good in here too. For sure. My husband's not a big carrot fan. Though he's not really a huge radish fan either. Okay. So he may not be the one who eats this. This might be my kimchi. Ooh, that tea is so good. I want to drink more of it. The radish you could grate. It's true. I would honestly put it through the food processor. Yeah, you like carrot. Yeah, I mean, if it's my kimchi, it's my kimchi. That's fine. I have no problem with that. So what I like to do, let me cut it fully in half first. It says on the recipe to cut your Napa cabbage in half and then cut it into quarters. And then from the quarters to cut it into bite-sized chunks. So for me, that's going to be back down into eighths. So I'm going to cut the next row down even further. Down the middle. That. And then I come in here and we'll just give it a slicey slice down the middle like that into bite-sized pieces. I'm losing some of my collage. Nice thing about Napa, it doesn't have a whole lot of core. There's not a lot to it. It's pretty much all edible. It's gonna make a veritable crap ton. If I'm making sauerkraut or kimchi or something, I try to make a big container of it. Okay, so for those of you who are new to this fermenting game, you're going to want a scale. This is just a cheap kitchen scale. You want it to measure in grams. If you're buying a new one, get one that measures all the way down to 1 gram. That's what you want to look for. I have one in my storefront. If you need a recommendation, yeah, a chill jar for him and a regular jar for me. Yeah.
You know what Sean
You're done with school?
Yes.
Yeah.
Me and Donna are going to watch together in the time.
I'm going to be set for months, literally. Okay, so I'm setting this bowl onto my scale, and there should be a button that says tare or 0, and you push that button, and it should make your scale read 0. No, I'll definitely be back fermenting something next week because I'm impatient. Okay, so it's tared. I'm going to add my Napa to the bowl, to the side here. I'll bring it over once I'm done chopping. Okey-doke, okey-doke. So what we're doing now is discovering how much salt we need to make 3% of all of the veg that we are adding to this. Yeah. It's glorious. Oh, snap. It's falling in my lap. Oh, snap. It's falling in my lap. Okay. So, this is full. It's coming over here. And we have 945 grams just of cabbage. And what we're going to do next, against the rules of kimchi making, is instead of making a pasty paste and massaging it with spices, I don't really have the spices, so I'm just going to put this stuff in here with my cabbage, and I, in the rule breakingest of all the rules, am also going to put these greens in here because I'm a gangster. Someday I need to invest in a giant bowl. Yeah, you do. I have a pretty big one, but I still run out of space. Or bins. Bins are pretty nice too. I use bins for bread making. Depends on what you're making. But yeah, at least one giant bowl. 2 giant bowls is ideal. Gangsta, 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 gangsta. Okay, there's definitely a pine cone in there. All right, so we're gonna 1,575 is how much? So 1,575 times 0.03. We need 47 grams of salt. 47 grams of salt. So now what we do is we're going to tear the scale. And that makes everything that's on here equal 0. Okay? And we're going to do 47 grams of salt. So we've got one. That was 8 grams. 8 grams for each tablespoon. We need 47 grams. That's a fair bit of salt. $47. Did it. Did it. So now, if this was super spicy, I may not want to get my hands in here, but it's not. Get that salt. Salty, salty. Crushing in the salt. This would honestly be a really good salad. My husband would probably love this as a salad. All the onion in there, the arugula, the Napa cabbage, a massaged cabbage salad with radish chunks. Now we're just trying to break it down a little bit. You would normally have some spices, like it says 1 to 5 tablespoons of Korean red pepper flakes or gochugaru. Hey, Vanessa, can I use beets? Is there any vegetable not recommended to use? You can absolutely use beets. So you could either do like a fermented beet slices, just like fermented beets and apples, beets and Beets and red cabbage is really fun. Or you can look up beet kvass, which is more of a drink. That would be a really good one. It's great for blood flow, nitric oxide production. It's a vasodilator. Beets are very beneficial. Yeah, shout. You could put beets in basically any ferment. Like you could just add in a cup of shredded beets to this if you wanted to. It does seem like beet needs a little more salt if it's by itself, because I did a 3% and one of them tried to mold. Or you could add kefir whey to it or something to lower that pH faster. Oh, there's a big old chunk of core here. Could put the kimchi too. It would be a pretty color. For sure. Yeah, you could put it in all sorts of stuff. What's my personal favorite vegetable to ferment? What's my favorite? Probably the carrots. The carrots are pretty awesome. They're really easy. They're yummy. They're really yummy. Anything that's only one ingredient that requires minimal labor, that's my favorite. Now, to this, you could also add lemon juice if you wanted to, or lime juice. It also calls for fish sauce if you want. What else? Yeah, and the radish. That's it. The onions. The juice is starting to come out of it. Let's see if I get 2 jars. I'll definitely get 1 jar. Yeah, carrots are easiest. I mean, any vegetable really. Any veg where you're just like literally throwing a whole vegetable into the jar is the easiest of all. So like if we were fermenting peppers, whole peppers, or whole tomatoes, anything like that, those are the super easiest. Just like shoving things into jars. Or tomatillos, just literally filling up a jar. You don't do anything else to it. It's super, super easy. All right. This is kind of slimy with the onions in there. Not gonna lie. It's a little bit slimy. Save your veggies before they go bad and just ferment them literally. You could ferment your salad. Like you mix up your salad, give it enough salt, and just let it sit for a couple days till it's to your liking. And boom, your salad went to gut friendly. Fuck all. All right, I'm gonna wash my hands really quick because I am crunchy. Be right back. Okay. All right. So this is already salted. We don't have to worry about how much salt is in here. Put the green onion in after you massage it. Haha. Smarty pants. We're going to start shoving this into the jar. I might end up making 2 jars. Looks really easy. I keep procrastinating making it because I don't like fish sauce. Just leave the fish sauce out. How many days am I going to leave it? I'm going to leave it for like 5 days. Yeah, there's no fish sauce in this. You don't have to follow a recipe with the percentage. You can just go buck wild and put whatever you want in there. I put sorrel and arugula and some cabbage. There's some fennel in there, I think. There's all sorts of random stuff in there. As long as you have the weight and get the right percent, you're good to go. Makes it very easy and safe and fun. And you can get as creative as you want. So then you just pack them into the jar. There's a good bit of liquid in there. We'll probably still end up making some brine to top them off with, because we do love our brine here. Yeah, fennel is so good. You do yours for 2 weeks? Well, I'm going to check it. The recipe that I looked at said to ferment it for 1 to 5 days. So I was like, okay, we'll see. This might just be 1 jar. Once I get it all packed, it shrinks once you smush it. But I feel like we would like extra brine on this. So I'm torn. Yeah, I know. One day. Yeah, work at it. Get after it. You're doing ancestry. It's pretty straightforward. It's just like pick whatever you want. And put it in the jar. Just get 3% of it. You'd be good to go, girl. Yeah, I like to do a lot of brine. But I want my lid, my spring, to also be effective. So I'm going to fill it fairly full, because for the spring to work, it needs to be higher than that, because it's not pushing on the spring yet. Phew, I need to add a little more. I think it might all go in, which would be fine. 1 jar is better than a bunch. Take up space. If I can do 1 big jar, that's always good. Absolutely love these fermenting springs. They're so awesome. Oh yeah. This is the thing with those Napa cabbage. They are loaded with water. Sorry for beginner. What do you mean brine? You're adding something in addition to all this? So yeah, if in the event this doesn't fill the jar completely, or there's not enough liquid to cover my vegetables fully, I will add a 3% salt brine. So it's water with 3% of it is salt to this to help preserve it and to keep the veggies under that. So the 3% salt water will keep any mold from growing. And then as it ferments, that brine turns into a really, really yummy medicinal beverage that you can drink. So it's very powerful for any sort of stomach ailments, diarrhea, vomiting, pancreatitis, gallbladder issues, anything like that, any sort of food poisoning. This brine works amazing for helping to clear it out. So for this, I'm going to make I don't need that much brine. I'm going to make 1 cup of brine. So that'll be 1.5 teaspoons of salt. Oh, I think the dogs are outside fighting. I should have put some jalapeno peppers in here. That would have been so good. Okay. So I'm going to put this in here. Yeah, that's going to press it down great. All right, so for a cup and a half, a cup of brine. I only need a cup. I'm going to do 1 cup. Does Hubs like jalapenos? He loves the fermented jalapenos I've been making. They're so good. Fermented jalapenos are delicious. So I'm just trying to dissolve the salt. It's going to take a second. I'm going to drink some of my water. Hey, Nene. What up, girl? We're just finishing up on the sauerkraut here. I'm going to pour this in and then put this back in here. Okay. I'm going to put the spring in to push everything down. And then we're going to put the lid on there. I just started a jar of fermented jalapenos yesterday. Oh, they're so good. Oh my God. So I have this plan for a fermented jalapeno popper kefir cheese. So second fermented kefir. So 1 cup of made kefir, 3 cups of heavy cream. Second fermented until it splits. And then you strain that out to make kefir cheese. And you chill that. And then you make the fermented jalapenos. And you chop those up into little pieces. And you cook some bacon. And you chop the bacon up into little pieces. And you mix the bacon and the jalapenos into the kefir cream cheese. Yeah. Yes. So good. All right. Shut up. Doing it. Yeah. So that's what's on my mind tonight. I'm getting ready to start the kefir cheese for it. Jalapeno sun-dried tomatoes. Yeah, that sounds super, super good. Yes, so I'm going to do that. So here we go. There's my not so kimchi. Pretty excited about it. It's going to be my first time fermenting greens other than cabbage. So that's exciting to try that out. I'm going to clear my space here, and I'm going to do my milk kefir. Let me just get all of my trash. Yeah, my green chi. The sorrel with that like little lemony pop, and the chives. Spit my bad delicious. Okay. These are trash. Not nearly as much scrap for the chickens. It's kefir time. Gonna make a kefir every time. Get my stuff out of the way. Okay. What's in here? I was going to put kefir into that. All right, cue the elevator conversation. While I'm cleaning up, tell us in the chat, what is your favorite holiday? Go. Clean up, clean up. Clean up, clean up. Okay. As far as the chickens. Okay. Okie dokie. It is 6:30. My table is dirty. Oh, it's 6:30 and my table is dirty. The poet. Okay. Let's give this a quick wipe down. Ooh, Halloween, Thanksgiving, because the whole family gathers. That's so fun. I agree about Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is my jam because I like to cook all of the things. It's my favorite holiday. I'm just refilling my tea really quick. I've got kefir cheese dripping in the kitchen. Thanksgiving, the gatherings, heck yeah. It's so fun. Alright, I have everything I need to do kefir. For kefir, I have everything I need. A chopstick and a strainer and a jar and some milk. Gotta get that tea. Tea time. Alright. Have our jar. I like to use this canning funnel. I find it helps with the consistency of the straining so I don't make a mess. There's my kefir. It has some little bubbles, holes along the bottom. It is very ready to be strained. And it is thick. That's thick. So we're going to give that a nice stir to break up the curd. Drink my tea. There we go. I had a wonderful call with my client today. We went through and helped her to start her own yogurt, the L-Reuteri and the L-Gaceri, to really kick her gut healing to the next level. Very excited about that. She's going to do her own kombucha today. So proud kombucha mama. Very, very fun. Next, she's going to try making the natto. Do natto next. Gonna be good. Natto's a really good one for postmenopausal and perimenopausal. It's like an estrogen adaptogen. It's really useful. It'll help to balance out your hormones. It's a good one. I'm gonna drink some more tea. Natto, natto, natto. Okay, I'm putting, which cup do I want to be mine? I'll make this one my cup. We'll do the other one for the cheese. Oh yes, I'm gonna do it. I need to get some more jalapenos because I'm going to ferment them. Yes, yes. I feel like my strainers have gotten like finer. It doesn't want to let me strain as quickly. I'm excited for that kimchi. All right, I'm gonna bring this over here. I'm just gonna move this over. Oh, so chunky. Lovely, lovely curds. Happy curds. Ladies should definitely try to freeze blueberries and raw milk. Gosh, I can't. You guys got further away, I feel like. I'm needing to make more now. I make everyone is crushing the kefir so fast now. I can really keep up. I understand. Right now, second fermenting, splitting stuff up and second fermenting is going to be the name of the game. If you could do 2 cups of kefir and split them each into 1 cup in each jar, and then fill the rest up with milk and leave it on the counter for 24 hours, then you would have more. And then just get yourself in the habit of doing that every 24 hours. Try frozen orange and tangerine. Blend it with the kefir. Oh, yeah. And some vanilla. Mm-hmm. Yes. Hey, Mo, we already made the kimchi. Oh, yeah, I bet that's really good. Here's my not so kimchi looking kimchi. Garden green kimchi. Hey, girl, hey. Crew. We're doing the kefir. Because this is what we do in the afternoons and the evenings. Do the kefirs. The kefirs. I feel like my hands smell like garlic. A little bit. It might just be the dirty dishes next to me. It's the bowl. It smells like garlic. It's not me. Here we go. Work it, do it, make it better. The delay is killing me. I'm like sitting here talking, and then like 30 seconds later, sometimes you guys will respond. I'm going to say 1, and when you hear the 1, type it in. I want to see how long it takes to go through. Does it ever? Do they hear me? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that took like 30 seconds. I have about two of grains now. Oh, 2 tablespoons of grains now? Dope. Yeah, do 2 cups. Do 2 cups of milk a day. And as soon as you get more than 2 tablespoons, split it off or start doing a bigger jar if you want. I honestly like having more than 1 small jar going, and then you can let them go a little longer. They're gonna grow. 2 tablespoons. 2 tidbits. Split them into a second jar, or do a bigger jar and just add more milk. So you could like keep them in a quart jar if you have 2 tablespoons, and then as you're like, that's more than 2 tablespoons, you could add another half cup of milk and like incrementally increase if you want to get up to be making a quart of kefir, fresh kefir every day. Can I freeze extra grains for a while? Absolutely. I recommend it. I don't know. I think that's what it is. I'll message tonight. No, for sure. Nice. Y'all. Measure tonight. I think I have a little more than a tablespoon of grains in here. So I have a second jar of kefir grains that I'm doing right now. So what I'm going to try to grow into a growth phase. So what that means is, because I don't want to be having to make 10 gallons of kefir every day. I just want to make my 2 jars, maybe an extra jar. So what my plan is, I have this jar and I have another pint jar with kefir grains in it. So each of them has 2-ish tablespoons of grains and 2 cups of milk. So today I'm straining this one. The other one I'm going to let sit. And I'm going to strain the other one tomorrow, and I'm going to let this one sit. So it's going to become a 48-hour cycle for the kefir grains. And in doing that, I personally feel like letting your kefir grains get kind of hungry, letting it get really divided during the first ferment makes them grow faster. And so I will still mix them up and strain them as normal. And then I will second ferment them. At that point, that kefir is very powerful. So it makes a killer second ferment. And that second ferment mellows out the tangy flavor from the extended first ferment. Does that make sense? Just said a lot of things. Tell me if that made sense. Okay, so here's my little kefir grains that I have in this jar right now. You can't really, can you see them? They kind of look like cauliflower. Total sense, perfect. Now I'm gonna pop these back into my crusty jar. Just like that. And I'm going to put them on the raw milk. And then that way I'm only using 2 cups of milk each day on milk kefir grains. And then whatever, I have 1 cup or 2 cups, depending on what I need for tomorrow. So I could do multiple jars still. I should probably get another 2.5 cup jar like this one for my other batch of grains. So I know it's like a consistent amount that I'll be straining each day. And you can always stretch your milk kefir. So say I have these 2 jars. I'm going to fill both of these. One of them I'm going to drink first thing tomorrow. And say you wanted to make a big batch of kefir cheese for a party or something. If this is also kefir, it's full, you've already kefired it, you could take this quart of second ferment kefir and pour it into a pot and add a gallon of fresh milk to it. And in 24 hours, you would have a quart plus a gallon of kefir that you could then let sit a little longer to separate and strain into cheese. So you could take that and really scale up quickly if you needed to. So if you're like, I have this party, I want to have 3 different kinds of kefir dip, and I want 2 cups of each. Like, you want a lot? I need a lot of kefir fast. That's how you scale it, by utilizing second fermenting, third fermenting, just like that. So what I'm planning on doing today, because I still have extra kefir. Stop it right now, she said. You can make a bunch of kefir all at once if you wanted to. Stop it right now, she said. Oh, I gotta pull this out of here. Does anybody else, when you pull that little tab, you have to lick it? Is that just me? All right, so I'm gonna fill this up the rest of the way with milk, and so it's going to continue fermenting on the counter tonight and into tomorrow, and in the morning this will be thick and kefired and delicious, and I will drink this for breakfast. Now, for my other jar, I was just telling them about this kefir cheese that I made using heavy cream as the second ferment instead of milk. And I tell you what, it was so creamy and delicious, and it's legitimately like the best cream cheese you've ever had in your entire life. So, oh goodness. What I did was, I'm just getting cream everywhere. You guys, that's a hot mess over here. I took about a cup of made milk kefir that I just strained in this jar, and I filled it the rest of the way with heavy cream. Now I'm going to pop a lid on this, and I'm going to let it sit on the counter until it starts to separate, and you can see clear pockets or a clear line separation between the curd and the whey. When I see that, that's when I dump it into my strainer and let it drain. You guys, seriously, is it a package? Is it a package? Why? Don't bring that noise up here. How long does it take you to drink the kefir for breakfast? It seems like a lot to drink. I usually drink in about 20 minutes. Kind of like smoothie style. I drink at room temperature. Yeah, like 20, 30 minutes. And honestly, I drink a lot in the morning. I drink like a quart of salted water, and then I drink the kefir right after it with my baobab powder in it. I will drink a quart of kefir, usually like 20, 30 minutes. And I tell you what, I do some significant bowel moving in the mornings. Significant bowel moving. What time is it? I have an interesting talk that I'm going to tonight. He's talking about microplastics. I always like to hear different people's perspectives on microplastics. So that should be fun. It starts in like 20 minutes. And I need to get lids for my jars, and yeah. I think that's it for me tonight. Do you guys have any questions about what we did today? Give me your question. Let's see your questions in 30 seconds. Of course. I'm happy to help. Happy to help. Thanks so much, Claudia. I'm pumped to try this kimchi. Thanks, AB. I hope you guys make your own kimchi and post pictures of it to your stories and tag me in it. The recipe, the basic guideline is in my stories tonight. I'm going to listen to it on Zoom. It's a Zoom thing. You can go and log in and listen. I can, if you want to listen to it, you can DM me, and I think I could probably send you the link if you want to listen. It's from 7 till 8:15 my time, usually. It's a Colorado group. So yeah. All right, guys, that was fun. I will post a poll to find out what we want to ferment along next week. And yeah, let me know what you think. Okay, bye.